Hello students, today we'll study your first chapter of history, the French Revolution. Firstly, you should know the meaning of revolution. A sudden, complete or marked change in something is called revolution. In simple words, we can say when some people get together and bring a big change within a short period of time is called revolution. Now let's move to French Revolution. In 1774, the King of France was Louis XVI. He was a cruel king and didn't pay attention toward his subject. He made unnecessary expenses and made his treasure empty. Due to this, he got in debt. And to come out of this problem, he increased taxes. But the burden of taxes fell only upon the common people who were in third estate. Now there will be question in your mind that what is third estate? On that time, the French society was divided into three estates, first, second and third. The members of first estate were clergy, who were the religious person. The members of second estate were nobility, who belonged to royal family. The members of third estate were common people like businessmen, artisans, landowners, landless peasants, merchants, lawyers, servants, etc. So the burden of taxes fell only upon the common people who were in third estate, and it became the reason of revolt further. The population of France rose from 23 million to 28 million between 1715 to 1789. This created a great demand for food grains and thus the price of bread rose and prices did not live in equilibrium with the wages and thus the poor could no longer buy bread, leading to the formation of a wide rift between the rich and the poor. This led to a subsistence crisis which became a common phenomenon in France. Now let's know the meaning of subsistence crisis. Subsistence crisis is an extreme situation in which it's very difficult to fulfill one's basic needs even. And this situation caused revolt. But due to lack of means and programs, it failed. Some educated people and philosophers gave an idea of a society based on equality and freedom. John Locke sought to refute the doctrine of divine and absolute right of the monarch in his book Two Treatises of Government. Rousseau gave an idea to form a government based on the social contract between people and their representatives. Montesquieu proposed a division of power within the government between the legislature, executive and the judiciary. So these ideas of philosophers helped to make the people aware. When people heard about new taxes, they protested against the system of privileges. Privileges are facilities given to first and second estates by birth. One more reason for protest and revolution was the voting system in the meeting of estate journals. In old regime, before taxation, monarch had to call the meeting of estate journal to pass his proposal of new taxes. On 5th of May 1789, Louis XVI called an assembly of the state journals. The first and second estate sent 300 representatives each and third estate sent 600 representatives. Voting had been conducted according to principle of each estate one vote system, but members of the third estate demanded for the each member one vote system. This was the one of the democratic principles given by Rousseau in his book The Social Contract. But the king rejected this proposal and members of third estate walked out of the assembly in protest. The representatives of third estates viewed themselves as spokesmen for the whole French nation. On 20th of June, they declared themselves a National Assembly and set up new constitution to limit the powers of monarch. When the National Assembly was busy in drafting a constitution, the rest of the France seethed with turmoil. Due to bad harvests, the price of bread rose. Bakers often exploited the situation and hoarded supplies. Due to spending hours in a long queues at the bakery, crowds of angry women stormed into the shops. At the same time, the king ordered troops to move into Paris. On 14th of July, the agitated crowd stormed and destroyed the Bastille jail, burned documents and destroyed crops. Due to this situation, Louis surrendered and accepted the principle that his power would be checked by a constitution. On 4th of August 1789, National Assembly passed a law to abolishing the feudal system and limit the powers of monarch. So students, in this part of this video, you have studied at how the National Assembly limits the powers of monarch. And in next part of this video, you will study that how to France became a constitutional monarch and then republic. Thanks for watching this video.